Hello, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Taff's Word Live coming to you as per usual, 7 o'clock on a Sunday. Loads to talk about, loads and loads, not just Newport County. There's a lot going on in the world of football that we can talk about. So, obviously, we're going to start things off with the game yesterday, the Newport County game, of course. But, like I say, there's still loads that we can talk about. I mean, Liverpool win again. Man City dropping more points. Leicester have lost. Have Liverpool won the league now? County, are we turning things around now? You know what I mean? You and Hughes, first in. How's it going, mate? Come on the port as well. How are you? We've got Kean Willis. Yo to you too, my friend. How's it going? So we're filling up nicely, which appears good result for you boys yesterday. It certainly was, mate. We were we were in need of a big performance against a big club, and we done it. Top of the league, don't get bigger than that. How did Millwall get on anyway? Because I didn't pay an awful lot of attention yesterday to a lot of what went on elsewhere. Stevens Collective, good evening to you too. Dan Short, hey Taff, Bournemouth lose again. You're on the downward spiral at the moment, mate, but if anyone's going to pull you out of it, you've got the right man in charge already. Let's hope they don't do anything stupid. So we got T. Toley Big Man. Hello Taff, what a performance against Swindon. It was fantastic, mate. Yes, very happy with it. Very happy with the way we played, with the intensity, the effort, the work rate. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was a great day at the parade yesterday. Kean Willis up the Cheltenham, but I can say that Jordan Green is fast and Billy Waters runs funny. Well, we didn't see enough of Billy Waters to see how he ran, of course, but Jordan Green certainly is fast. What's the giveaway? So for those of you who haven't seen on the Facebook or the Twitter post, I do have a giveaway, but the important thing about this giveaway is it's not going to be for someone who gets a question right. Oh, sorry guys, got the yawns on. Every Sunday night, I'm always like that. I don't know why. I'm a bit of a yawner. So for me now, right, I am going to judge who is the best contributor to the stream, and who I feel at the end. So that could be a mixture of questions you ask before we get into the trivia, giving good answers in the trivia, asking a question in the trivia, your all-round stream performance, shall we say, and you will get yourselves a copy of this. This is the programme from when we played West Ham earlier this season. As you can see, Newport County AFC versus West Ham United. And on the back, it is signed by a good number of members of our squad. And this bad boy is yours if I deem that you are the best contributor of the evening. So make sure you're putting in plenty of questions, plenty of answers in the trivia. Making some good points as well. If I believe you're making good points, at the end of the day, in my head, your name will stick there. Oh, sorry guys, fucking hell. And if your name is stuck in my head, that's where the giveaway is going to happen, guys. So if you're ducking in and out to try and get the giveaway, I'm going to be wise to that. Yeah, pretty much all that then, guys. And that's what's going to come your way if I deem that you are the best. And getting the likes up will help as well. The more likes we have, the more generous I'm going to feel as well. So 20 of you in, only 3 likes so far. I bet we get them up, get the thumbs up going. Come on. And the other thing as well, we need more subscribers. We are just over 100 subscribers away from the signed shirt giveaway. And the signed shirt is a squad signed third kit from last season. So the playoff final squad of last season have signed a shirt, and we've kept it for bloody hell, not far off a year now we've had it for. But that's there, that's being held for our 3,000 subscriber giveaway. So it's coming soon. I know it's coming soon. And you guys can give it one final push now within the coming weeks, and we can be there. And you will be in contention to win that prize. And the thing about it as well, because we are an inclusive stream, I'm not going to be showing any favoritism to Newport County supporters on this one. I'm going to be looking out for who is the best individual person who contributes to the stream. So Liverpool got postponed again. Is that because of the rain? It was at Tafferline the Bean, says Rachel Hayward. You were the one that promised me my bloody biscuit and didn't deliver on it. Marcus May buzzing. We signed Jordan Green. He's going to be great for us. Completely agree, mate. Where is Henry? Hoping he's not hanging from a tree. Henry, the Hoover, he couldn't make it tonight. He was one of the first people I asked, actually. Kev couldn't make it either. I could have asked a few more people, but I just thought, oh no, I mean, I'd had a busy day. I'm not going to bother too many people on their Sunday. Oh, we go. Don't know where the yawning comes from this time on a Sunday. It's probably me in my head going into I'm going to work tomorrow mode. Taff, where did Henry settle down? Henry was sat in the Bisley in our end. He was actually in with us, and I think he had to sit quietly and watch his team get demolished. Happy days. Nick Muller, Cambridge are the Amber Army. Cambridge call themselves Yellow and Black Army as well as Amber Army. We are just Amber Army. We don't mention any yellow. So I believe we are the Amber Army. They can be the Amber Army as well if they want, but to us, we're the Amber Army. Where's Henry? As mentioned, couldn't make it. Ewan Hughes, was the team we played yesterday our strongest? They were thereabouts, I'd say, yeah. Obviously, Hammond was 8, unfortunately. Sam G is in. Yo, Taff. Yo, Sam. Matthew Madison, I could have gone to watch Newcastle versus Chelsea. Thank God I didn't. Hell of a trek for a loss. Oh, so you'd have gone, obviously, as a Chelsea supporter. Bloody hell. That would have been a bit of a trek for a loss, wouldn't it? Especially to lose in that way, with pretty much the last touch of the game. Come on, the port. Do you think us playing a back three will change our fortunes? I believe so. I think that's got to be the way forward. That's how we work best. That's how Flynn works the tactics best. Oh, sorry about the yawning again, guys. What do you think about the new signings? I thought they were great. Well, the ones we've seen a decent amount of time of, I thought Baker had a good game. You know, a bit of a slow, nervy start, but that's going to be, you know, that's going to be a common thing, really, isn't it? But when you're playing for a new team. I thought Green looked really sharp when he came on. And I'm looking forward to seeing what no, what the bloody hell? Freaking hell. Where was I then? I completely lost my train of thought. I'm reading ahead all the time because Luke Kennedy mentions Ledley. Ledley wants 90k in wages. Would you pay it? We paid Crofts 340k last. 340k? Now, hold on a minute. I don't think that's quite right, to be honest with you, with Crofts. I don't think we would have paid him that much. I mean, 140 at a push. But 340k, are you sure about that, mate? I mean, if Ledley wants 90k, for me, he is the final piece of the puzzle. I would give it to him, yes. I would give it to him. Let him play his football. He wants to impress. Let him do what he needs to do. And if it gets us into the playoffs or better, in the meantime, happy fucking days, because it's worth that 90k then, isn't it? So, talking about Henry again. Yep. Sorry about the biscuits. I had them but couldn't find you. I mean, look at the size of me. I'm a fat twat. How can you miss me? Come on. Leeds lost again. Enjoy championship. Yeah. Leeds. What is it about Leeds? Why do they keep falling by the wayside every season? I mean, they've lost a few recently, haven't they? Okay, so Sam G and Nick Muller are going to have a little conversation. You guys crack on. We'll keep on going on. Can't wait for that shirt giveaway. Well, you're going to have to get everybody you know to subscribe. The moment we hit 3,000 subscribers, that will trigger the giveaway for the very next stream. Go on the port. Could Ben White go to the Euros in the summer? I think it's a step too far for him whilst he's playing Championship. I think he needs to establish himself as a Premier League player before he gets to go and play for England in a major tournament. Luke Kennedy, can Liverpool win the Champions League now as the Premiership is in the bag? Well, there's no real Liverpool fan. Liverpool fans who've suffered for the last 30 years without a title, none of them are going to really honestly say we've won it now. I mean, in theory, yes, they have, haven't they? You know, in theory, Liverpool, they've got to do something really horrendous to throw that away now. But then saying that, you know, a Man City going to win every single game from there on. The only way Man City are going to do that is if they really do get a sniff. But they've got till the end of this month to sign a top-class central defender that's going to plug the gap they got at the back. And if they don't do that, it's not happening. They will still drop more points from till the end of the season than what Liverpool will with their current squad. I truly believe that. So in which case, Liverpool can take their eye off the Premiership for a little while when the Champions League is coming around, because they know that they've got plenty of points back up to go for it. So we're talking about that tackle by Jordan Green. He's gained for it, any fair play. So Jordan Green to the Daddy Cool song. That's going to be his chant. Happy days. Go on, guys. Well, you got 6 likes. So get the likes up. Come on. The more likes we get, the more money we make from the stream. And the more money we make from the stream, the more merchandise we can buy. And then the more giveaways we can give. So, come on, let's do it. Glad to have Robbie back. Yeah, back on the bench. Awesome. I wonder if Neil is in. Great to see the Amber Army giving the... We wear the same shirt, guys. A good reception at halftime yesterday. Yeah, we always do as well. And it's usually us to start all the chanting when we see him on the pitch at halftime at Swindon as well. So it's all good fun, and I know a fair few of the guys who take part in the We Wear the Same Shirt, for football project campaign or whatever it's called, and they're really, really nice guys. And we just want to make it that little bit better for them. It was a shame we couldn't get them to play a game at half time. It was a shame, because I usually get a good recording of that. But it was good to be able to give them a good round of applause when they come round. And Jason, he tries to start a lot of the chants around by us. He's a funny guy, fair play. Love Jason to bits. And it was good to shout his name as well as they walk past. Right, do you think Celtic and Rangers should play in England because they're dominating up in Scotland? Now, this is a very, very complicated debate, which I've had with many people many a time, and I understand both sides. Now, there's a lot of people say that if Celtic and Rangers leave Scotland, that's the end of Scottish football completely. If Celtic and Rangers left Scotland and went to England with the support that they've got and the financial potential they've got then by moving over to England, they could become, top half teams in the Premier League after a while. Not with their current squads, of course not, but when they got the finance to actually buy some players, players who are capable of making it in the Premier League. At the end of the day, you look at the size of their stadiums as well. Celtic have got 60-odd thousand, Rangers have got over 50,000 in their stadium that they can fit, fans that they can fit. So they've already got what they need to become a top team. They just haven't got the finances by playing in a top league. So I think Celtic and Rangers could definitely move to England and cope with being there. But because they're dominating Scotland, if they were left, would it open Scottish football up and make it a bit more interesting? The money that's in Scottish football, more of it can go to the smaller clubs to make them better. We don't know. But like I say, it's a tough debate to have. And the thing is, where do you fit Celtic and Rangers in, and who misses out? Or do you increase the Premier League to 22 teams and just throw them in? If you just throw them in, what happens to the teams in the Championship that say, hold on a minute, we've been fighting for years against the Premier League, you put in an extra 2 teams, where's our spot? Where's the extra promotion spots? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think there's any clean way of putting them in there. That's the only problem. Matthew Marsden, is the Prem over and who will go down? For me, it is Bournemouth, Villa and Norwich. Too early to tell on the relegation, because there's teams who are doing well, but they're not a million miles in front of the 3 at the bottom. And the 3 at the bottom have got the ingredients to turn it round. They have got good players. They're just in a bad bit of form. We're not anymore. All it takes is for them to have one good game and they could turn everything round, all 3 of them. Really close relegation, and I wouldn't want to say who. 50k, we win on Tuesday, pay half his wages. Win on Tuesday, and that could fund our promotion. Because we get Joe Ledley in, promotion is a definite possibility, of course. Sam G, are we doing trivia tonight? We absolutely are, mate. I've got 4 questions sitting here right now that's going to play a part in who wins the big giveaway. So if you're just in, we're doing a big giveaway. This is what you're going to win. This is a West Ham programme from when we played them in the Carabao Cup earlier in the season. And on the back, it's signed by a large chunk of our squad. That there will be wilting its way to you if I deem you the best contributor of the stream tonight. So that's a mixture of putting points in, a bit like where, come on, the Port have mentioned Celtic and Rangers coming into the Premier League. Talking about the current Premier League, is it won already? They're good talking points that be had. Can't wait to lose at Wembley again. Woohoo! I suppose we only won once at Wembley, but we won when it really mattered, and that was to get back into the Football League. That's the one that really mattered. What do you think of my son bouncing? Says Simon Fat Pritchard. So what do you think? So who is your son then? Jason is our leader. Lovely win yesterday. God. We really enjoyed the terrace. Happy days. Anyone who enjoys the terrace is quality. Weedy Aid is in. Yes, Weedy. Sam G, do you think Hammond is doing good enough up front? Well, he's our top scorer, so yes. Carl Hayward, Rachel, if you don't give him the biscuits, you're getting the slipper. I'm for the slipper. If I don't get my biscuits, I'm definitely for the slipper. Luke Canty, who are your three to go down in the Prem? Like I mentioned before, I don't want to say who's going to go down from the Premier League this season because the bottom three at the moment, you think, are the ones who it's going to happen to. You think the resurgence from Watford, there's still time for each of those three to have a similar resurgence. Whether they got to sack a manager, which I think any of the current bottom three, if they sack their manager, they're freaking nuts because they're the managers that got them there. And in Bournemouth's case, kept them there for so long on one of the lowest budgets. There's still a lot of time for them to sort themselves out, honestly. Newcastle Blue with 15 points clear. There you go. Right then, is this Liverpool side the best ever Premier League team? If they can go undefeated this season, I think it will mean that they'll finish over 100 points and be undefeated. And if they can manage to do that, then yes. As it currently is, the people tend to get judged season to season, not year by year. If it was year by year, Liverpool are the best Premier League team of the year 2019. Liverpool are the best Premier League team of a particular year, but it's season by season, not year by year. Evening thoughts on new signings yesterday. Well, we only really got to see two of them properly. Jordan Green, I would have liked to see more of him, but there's a good sign of what's to come from him. We got the win without needing to bring him on any earlier than that. I think we got a really, really good chance of pushing on from here now, especially if we end up signing Joe Redley. If we sign him, that's a game changer for the entire league. That is, Huey Hughes is going to be hard to start Green because of formation. Look, Flynn will always have a way. He's always got a way, Flynn, and I think Green deserves to be starting games. Right, he's going to cause mayhem, honestly. Guys, honestly, only 9 likes. Come on, there's 27 of you in. You've got to get the likes up. I want to see 15 at least. And we're going to be starting the trivia very, very soon. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you all stick around. I'd say 2003 Arsenal Invincibles was better than Liverpool's now. And Liverpool are able to win games. Arsenal were able to just prevent themselves from getting beat. And they very nearly got beat, if not for a missed penalty at Old Trafford that season. But I suppose, if the teams that they're playing don't take their chances, then they're good for their wins or draws or whatever they got. But at the end of the day, Arsenal didn't get a record amount of points by being invincible. They drew a lot of games. I think Liverpool now are winning all their games. I think the Man City getting 100 points. I think you've got to judge it on the credibility of basically Man City got more points than any other Premier League team when they won the league 2 years ago with 100 points. They have got to be the greatest Premier League team ever because it's their maths proves that they're the greatest Premier League team ever because they got more points than any other Premier League team in a Premier League season. So for me, Man City are the greatest Premier League team. If Liverpool break 100 points and go invincible, then they got the credibility and the criteria to say, yes, we are the best. I'm currently eating Cheerios off my belly. Fuck me, mate, that's the dream, innit? I'm currently slapping my son with a slipper. Well, a good hiding never did me any harm. Not with a slipper, though. That's a bit rough, mind you. I'm not for the slipper. EW Labs, a lot of sides have been better than this Liverpool side, in my opinion. For me, it's only Van Dijk and Alisson keeping them as good as they are. Ooh, that's a bit of a bold statement, that is, to be honest. You look at that front three they got, you look at how gifted the midfield is, you look at the fullbacks, you look at Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, with their forward runs and the balls into the box. Mate, I'm telling you now, there's a lot more to Liverpool than just Van Dijk and Alisson. I think that's a bit of a, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one to say, Alice, mate. Are usually quite clued up on this sort of stuff. Really, EW Labs, are you alright? Yeah. Winning by our goal a lot of weeks. But then that's a sign of champions, mate. It's not a matter of, it's a myth to say that every single good team has to win every week. The thing is they, have to play well every week. I mean, the fact that they're winning the game means that they were better than the other team because the other team didn't score as many goals as them. Pure and simple, mate. They're winning games. Only one team has stopped them from winning, and that was at Old Trafford of all places. So, would you take Joe back? Would you take Joe Day back with him being available? No, because we've already got two great goalkeepers there. We don't need him anymore. I'd like to see him back as a Newport County player one day, of course, but at the moment, with the two goalkeepers we got, we don't need a third. The only way I'd take Joe Day back is if Cardiff wanted to pay us, plus give us money plus Joe Day for Tom King now, something like that. Don't worry about the best front three in the world. Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah. Good defence and keeper helps. Yeah, they've made the perfect team. They've made the absolute perfect team, mate. Honestly, they can't move to England because they're Scottish. Well, there's Welsh teams in the English League, and Berwick are actually technically in England, and they play in the Scottish League. So we are going up. Well, I think it's a bit premature to say that, but why not, eh? We got a chance, I think, especially if we bring on Ledley. Is the Championship better than the Premier League for competition? I think, pound for pound, the most competitive league is the Championship, yeah. Macclesfield are looking like going to be folded. They owe millions, apparently, including Sol Campbell, 180k in wages, so it could be a bumper promotion for non-league. But if Macclesfield go out, there'll be no Football League relegation this season, which is... Personally, I don't like seeing clubs get relegated out of the Football League because it's such a detrimental thing to a football club. But to be nearly relegated ourselves and to see so many other clubs get relegated, for there to be a season when nobody gets relegated, I think it's a bit unfair on the teams who have done in the past, really, to see that. At least one team going down at least keeps it somewhat fair. If Macclesfield go out, I suppose you could just say they get relegated, but hopefully they don't fold, and that's what you can do, you just relegate them. So Morgan Pritchard is my son. Right, okay. Happy days. Carl Hayward, I'll get my son Connor to give you one at the Macclesfield game if he's not God skipping. Skipping? Is that like a family pastime then, is it, mate? Is Eddie Howe unsackable? That's a good question, Matthew. No one's unsackable, but Eddie Howe is the single reason why Bournemouth are who they are today, and who they have been for the last few seasons. If you sack him now they've hit a bit of a blip, it would just be such a knee-jerk, cowardly thing to do. I think he's definitely worth giving the chance to turn things around there. Yeah, but do you think the lads can get back in the playoffs? I believe so, yes. Back to playing well. But Swindon looked like the worst side we played all season for me. Need a long run. Again, yeah, we need to go on a run. I wouldn't say Swindon are one of the worst teams. I think there's been better teams that we've seen at Rodney Parade, but then they've got to put on better pitches, though, haven't they? Hi Taff, hi Colin. Samji, would you start Nurse? Yeah, I'm a fan of Nurse. Is Flynn unsackable due to what he's done? Nope. I don't see the board getting rid of him no matter what. Not saying I want him to, just asking your opinion. Don't think he's unsackable, but I think, until he gives us a reason, like us being bottom of the league, after a lot of managers have got like a 10-game sort of run at the beginning of a season, and Feeney and Butcher both only won one game and lost the majority of their games during their first 10 games, and both of them got sacked. Very similar thing with Anthony Hudson, who had a good end of the season before. So I think it always boils down to that start of the season with us. Mid-season, I don't think we've ever really sacked a manager mid-season before. They've always left us. Don't think we've ever sacked anyone. The only one was Wesley, and you had to. You simply had to, didn't you? Come on the port. Are you surprised that Liverpool are still unbeaten in the league? All the games and travelling they have done. I'm not surprised because they've got a fantastic squad. They've got a fantastic manager who's rotated them perfectly, exactly how they've needed to be. So Charlton think they're going up. What do you think of Charlton when we played Newport? I thought you had a very good teammate actually. You're one of the few teams who come to us, and I thought, yeah, they can play some good football. But I can see us go on a good run now, and I can see us overtaking you. Do you start a strong team on Tuesday due to prize money coming in handy for January transfer window? Start a strong team on Tuesday because we're 2 games from Wembley, of course. When is Charlton away arranged for? I don't know. It's got to be rearranged again, hasn't it? Nick Muller. So if Macclesfield go bust, how will promotion and relegation work? That's the thing. It wouldn't. If they go bust, there's no relegation because of the Bury thing. And we've only got 1 relegation place as it is. Why do you think we have bad form around Christmas time? I don't know, mate. It just seems we just seem to fall off at that particular time of the year all the time. But I'm not worried about what form we've had. I'm worried about what form we're going to have for the rest of the season now. I start a strong team: Napoleon, Gorman, Walters, and Hayes. I'd start our strongest team. 2 games from Wembley. Opportunity to take some good money. We can be competitive again next season. If we get promoted, we got money for that season. You know, to establish ourselves in League One. So I think that's I think it's a no-brainer. We got to go strong. So Labs is a Man U person. That's what it's all about, guys. Because when Salah booked for taking the shirt off, he would have been. He would have been. Big win yesterday, says Ryan Booth. Absolutely was. Matthew Marsden, £5. Wow. Again, mate. Fair play, mate. You're a really, really good guy, and we really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Kwame Poku is a player to watch in your league. All right, Poku. Who's it he plays for, mate? Simon Pritchard. Morgan said he'd like to meet you before the game and do some stuff if that's okay. What kind of stuff? Yeah, of course, mate. I'm open to meeting anybody. Joe Day or Tom King? I'd say Joe Day, between just out of the 2, but at the moment Tom King's our player, Joe Day's not, and there's no point changing anything at the moment. Both good atmosphere yesterday at County. Yep, absolutely. T.A. Miller, any transfer rumours, Taff? Nothing concrete, but obviously the obvious one is Joe Ledley. Hopefully we can get that one over the line. But Man City couldn't go undefeated. Arsenal couldn't get beaten. If Liverpool lose 1 game before they win the Prem, then it shows how hard it is to go undefeated. Yeah, it's hard to go undefeated, but if you think about it, there wasn't many good teams when Arsenal won that, was there? Think about it. How many actual great teams were there really going for it? Because last season was the season Gerard Houllier had earmarked to win the league with Liverpool, and he signed El Hadji Diouf instead of Nicolas Anelka. He must have been smoking some good drugs that day he made that decision. Salif Dié for the midfield. I mean, what the hell? That was so Liverpool were ineffective that season. Man United were good because Arsenal didn't win it by a million miles. They just didn't lose a game. But that was before Chelsea's money, before Man City's money, before Tottenham were any good. Leeds was starting to crumble away at that particular time. So for us, if anyone was going to do it in any sort of recent, from the last 20, 30 years, that was the season that either Man United or Arsenal were going to take by the scruff of the neck and do something. So I wouldn't say Arsenal had it easy. It's never easy to go all season and not lose a game. But I think Arsenal had it easier than anyone else any other season. Will Swindon bottle promotion again without Doyle? I don't think so. As long as they keep Yates. If they keep Yates, they'll be fine. Right then. Poker plays for Colchester United. I knew the name. I couldn't remember who for. He won't be there long. Good player. Yep. Tell you what I liked. It was Sammy Smolix was good for Colchester. Opinions on Weedy's friend being up close and personal yesterday. I didn't mind it. I like getting up close and personal with everybody. Come on the port. Do you think the FAW should invest in the Welsh Premier League to help the Welsh national team? It would be definitely worth investing in the Welsh Premier League just to make the most of the European spots, improve Welsh football as a whole. Hope Ledley comes, yep. Rather King, as he's 5 or 6 years younger than Date. Good point, Labs, good point. Caddis is quality. He's old, but he's still good though, yeah. Smodix now been lowered out to Peterborough. Oh, bloody hell. So Sam G, yes, we're doing trivia. We're at the point I've caught up with everybody. Trivia time. Well, so what's the best side you've seen in League 2 you've seen play against Newport? I've got to say Crewe, personally. But here we go. So guys, this is what's up for grabs at the moment. If you're just in, this is a West Ham programme from earlier in the season. On the back, it's signed by various members of the squad. Can you do more of your manager videos? I can try, but time does restrict me. Time does restrict me. So Richard Pearce saying boo, obviously because he's a Millwall fan and it says West Ham on this programme. Don't worry, it's a Newport County programme still, don't worry. I know it says West Ham there, but it also says Newport County there. And on the back it's signed by the Newport County squad. I know there's a West Ham badge, but that's been sort of written over, so that's alright. Alright then guys, like I say, the criteria for winning that programme, guys, is your overall contribution to the stream. So if you've made some good points, if you've asked some good questions, and you answer the trivia well, you stand a chance of winning. So, trivia. Question 1. Which ex-Man United player lined up against Liverpool in the 2001 UEFA Cup final? Which ex-Man United player lined up against Liverpool in the 2001 UEFA Cup final? Imagine if Google was disabled. They should do. Richard Pearce is straight in with the right answer there. Yep, it is Jordi Cruyff. Well done. Well done. So a couple of people saying Veron. One said Jaap Stam. Unlucky guys, because Richard Pearce, as expected, comes steaming in with the correct answer there. So, the 2001 UEFA Cup final. Who was it against? And what was the score? Who did Liverpool play? That's a banging cup of tea. I make awesome cups of tea, me. Tastes even better when you got her in this mug as well. So Jason Zalida says Alaves, correct. Richard Pearce coming in, Alaves 5-4 Liverpool after extra time. But was it after extra time? Or was it something else? What was particularly special about that? So we're saying after extra time, but was it a full set of extra? Was it a full 2 halves? Golden goal then. There we go. That's what I was looking for. 5-4 on the golden goal rule. Who remembers who scored the golden goal in that game? Does anyone remember who actually got the golden goal? I'm firing loads at you today, guys. I'm firing bloody loads. Hoopier. I believe it wasn't. Was it not? No, I'm sure it was someone else. Don't think it was Hoopier. Guy McAllister, that was him. That's what I thought it was anyway. I think it looked like Hoopier was going to head it, but it was like a ball in the box that went past everybody and just went into the far corner. So Gary Macker got the goal on that one. So there we go. That's the end of question 1. Question number 2. Which player played in the 2010 Championship playoff final and then 6 years later captained his country in Euro 2016 at the age of 27? Don't worry, Richard, I know you're not a robot, mate. Labs, you're just salty because you used to be the king. You used to be the king. So which player played in the 2010 Championship playoff final and then 6 years later captained his country in Euro 2016 at the age of 27? So a few people are saying Ashley Williams. It's not. Rambo, it's not Rambo. EW Labs saying I know. He's going to come back once he's finished Googling it. LATV says Ashley Williams. It's not Ashley Williams. It's a good shape. It's a very, very good shape. But it's not. And it's not Rambo. It's not Robbo either. Go on, Labs. Gunnarsson is not correct. Labs, correct. It's Seamus Coleman. See, Labs ain't dead and buried just yet. He's getting stuck in there. Seamus Coleman. But who did he play for in the 2010 playoff final then? It makes a change, doesn't it, Richard? So Richard's saying he didn't know that. It makes a change. You usually know, don't you? Sam G. Leeds is not correct. Going down fighting, says Labs. So Matthew Marsden and Richard Pearce both saying the correct answer there is Blackpool, yes. So played for Blackpool. But was he a proper Blackpool player, though? Was he a proper Blackpool player? Or did he belong to someone else? I think you know what I'm getting at. Lumsky. Correct. From who? From who? He was on loan from Everton. Correct. So I'm going to keep firing them at you because, you know, like I say, there's a lot to it tonight for if you're going to win the programme. So, question number 3. 3 managers have managed in the Premier League with the initials GH. So that's Golf Hotel. G for Golf, H for Hotel. Their initials were GH. Name them. So first name began with G, second name began with H. 3 managers have managed in the Premier League with the initials GH. Name them. Glenn Hoddle, Gerard Houllier, and fucking hell. I think I know you're on about Colin. It's Gus Hiddink. Yeah. Okay then. So we got the 3 answers within seconds. Well done. Which clubs did they manage? So we start with Gerard Houllier. Which clubs did Gerard Houllier manage in the Premier League? So Labs all got them too quick. You're probably thinking of which one to do first, weren't you? Thinking, oh, should I go with Glenn Hoddle or Gerard Houllier first? And before you know it, bang, bang, bang. So yeah, Liverpool and Aston Villa was Gerard Houllier, correct. Glenn Hoddle. Glenn Hoddle. Who did Glenn Hoddle manage in the Premier League? Who did Glenn Hoddle manage in the Premier League? So Chelsea and Southampton. Yeah, there's 2 others. There's 2 others. Spurs is one. So there's one other. And Colin Simmons got the other one. It was Swindon, correct. Swindon, Chelsea, Southampton, Tottenham in chronological order. And then Gus Hiddink. Hiddink was Chelsea. Just the once? Or was it more than once? Twice. So I was looking for, Labs. You were Chelsea manager on 2 separate occasions. Nice one. Right then, so this is the hard question, the last one. As always, I make this one the hardest one. Usually this is the one I usually do the giveaway on, but I thought instead of making it so someone's got to get this right for there to be a giveaway, doing it this way means there's always a giveaway, but answering this question will be will go a long way to making you the person who's going to win. I've already got 3 people in mind who I think could win this already, but I'm not going to tell you who yet, and there's still time for you to get yourself up there, so keep going, guys. Right, the final question that I've got for you. I've been a teammate of Rivaldo, Frederick Piquion, Deco, Didier Drogba and Owen Hargreaves. Who am I? So a teammate of Rivaldo, Frederick Piquion, Deco, Didier Drogba and Owen Hargreaves. Who am I? Jason is our leader. Yeah. You got to say the whole one. You got to say it all. You can't just say one word. Toure. Correct. Bloody hell. Jason is our leader. It's Toure. Yaya Toure. Jesus Christ, that was probably the quickest one I've ever seen on this one. Wow. It's as if no one can see my bit of paper. So Richard Pearce, even Richard Pearce didn't have a clue there. That's crazy for Richard to not have a clue. And then for someone else to know what the answer was then, that's just unheard of. Matthew, yeah, you'll be the first one. You're the first one to ask, so you'll be the first one to ask a question. Anyone else who wants to ask a question, start firing them in now. But in the meantime, we are going to... Right, so we are going to work out for which team did he play for with those players. So who did he play for with Rivaldo? Nope. Because I thought it was Barcelona, but it wasn't. It was somebody else. I don't even know who Piquion is. He actually played for Pompey. Piquion. So Labs has got a question. Sam G has got a question. So Matthew first, then Sam G, then Labs. So Juventus, no. I don't think you're going to get this one, guys. I don't think you're going to get this one. I'm going to give you a clue on this one, guys. Now, who remembers the Steven Gerrard screamer that got Liverpool through the Champions League group stage the season they won it? Remember the season they won it? Not last season, but the last time they won it before that. There we go, Olympiacos. That's who they played together for, was Olympiacos. That was Yaya Touré's first European club, as it goes, Olympiacos. Frederick Piquion. Frederick Piquion. Who did he play for with Frederick Piquion? Monaco, correct. Come on, the port, well done. Deco. Who did he play for with Deco? This one should be relatively easy. Barca, correct. Jason is our leader, correct. And then Didier Drogba is the easiest one of all of them, obviously. I'll just let someone type it out and punch it in. Ellis Williams, correct. And then Owen Hargreaves should be relatively straightforward for you. Owen Hargreaves, come on, come on, come on. City, yeah, Man City, obviously. But there we go. That's all my trivia for you. Matthew, get your question ready, mate. You're first, then Sam G. Then it is Labs. And we'll have a look to see what time we've got for anyone else to ask any questions if they got one. So Matthew, I'm expecting a tough one from you as always. So get it smashed out. And let's do it. Jason is our leader. You can definitely ask a question. You're number 4. And then we'll take one more for the 5th. So Labs, mine's tough as well. Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. I played with Scott Carson, Roque Santa Cruz, Emil Heskey, Dominic Polion, and Adam Bogan. Who am I? It's a good one. This is a good one. Jesus Christ. Got to be someone with a Leeds connection there. Got to be. Can't think who that could be. Fucking hell. Roque Santa Cruz. Now I'm thinking, because, yeah, it would have been at Birmingham with Heskey then. David Dunn. Thinking David Dunn because he would have been at Birmingham. He would have been at Blackburn with Santa Cruz. He would have been at Birmingham with Heskey. I'm sure around about then it may have been playing with Scott. I think he would have played with Scott Carson. Adam Bogdan would have been mainly Bolton. Dominic Polion only in the top sort of divisions only really played for Leeds. I'm going to say David Dunn. It's not David Dunn. Fuck me. Scott Carson and Heskey, I reckon. So Polion also played for Swansea. It is an interesting thing. Scott Carson and Heskey, I reckon it's a Wigan connection. Could well be a Wigan connection. You think if it's a Swansea and a Wigan connection, you'd be thinking of Roberto Martinez. He played for Wigan and Leeds. Martinez hasn't played for Leeds, has he? No. Matthew, I'm going to have to call time on that one, mate. You've stumped me again, mate. Well done. A lot of people saying Boney. I don't think it's Boney. Go on then, Matthew. Put me out my misery, mate. I can't see it being Boney. Come on, Matthew. Come on, mate. Polion. I know Polion was at Leeds, so I think there was a Leeds and a Wigan connection there. I was thinking of a Birmingham connection, potentially Paul Konchesky or Michael Brown. Interesting shapes there. Go on, Matthew, let's have it. We've got to get everybody else's questions in. Scott Carson, Liverpool, Roque Santa Cruz, Blackburn, Emil Villa, Donport Leeds, and Bogdan Wigan. I'm Stephen Warnock. Fuck it hell. Yeah. Villa, Blackburn, yeah. Leeds, Bogdan, Stephen Warnock. That was awesome. I was, mate. Well done. Smashed me on that one, mate. Well done. Who's next? It was Sam G, wasn't it? And then it's Labs. And then it's Jason as our leader. Yeah, don't worry, Jason as our leader. We got you down. And we got time for one more if somebody else wants to fire one in. Guarantee Matthew Marsden, you've always got a good question. Well done, mate. Well done. Samji, Jamie Carragher made his first team debut for Liverpool under which manager, and which year was this in? So I believe he made his team debut under Roy Evans in 1997. 97. Possibly 97, yeah. There's a load of you saying 96. I knew it wasn't quite that early. I know it. So it was Roy Evans, 97. Boom. Right then. Go on in, Labs. Let's have you again. I know Matthew wants to ask another one. But then if we don't get any takers for a fifth question, then yes, mate. Right then, Labs. I've been a teammate of Dean Saunders, Jibril Cisse, Gareth Southgate, David Beckham, Marcus Babbel, and Emil Heskey. Jesus wept. So this is someone who's played for Liverpool. Come on the port. Yeah, you can ask the fifth question, mate. Matthew will get you one next week, mate. I've been teammate Ellis Williams. Go on, we'll make Ellis Williams a sixth if we got time. Been a teammate. Dean Saunders, Jibril Cisse, Gareth Southgate, David Beckham, Marcus Babel and Emil. Well, Alice, we'll get you in for the 6th, mate. We'll get you in for the 6th. Dean Saunders, Jibril Cisse. It's got to be Liverpool. Gareth Southgate. I think it's got to be someone who played for Villa in an early part of their career and then moved to Liverpool and played for England. Someone who played for Villa early in their career and then moved to Liverpool. So I'm thinking of a certain time when they would have been a Villa player. Labs, you fucking done me again, mate, and you. Because Dean Saunders went to Villa after Liverpool. Then whoever this is now would have had to play with him at Villa at the same time as Gareth Southgate. Who was at Villa would have eventually moved to Liverpool. I might be looking at this completely wrong. Oh, fucking hell. I feel like I should really know this. It's going to be a Liverpool connection here somewhere. Babel and Heskey. And they've got to be English to play with David Beckham. Unless they play with him towards the end of his career. But it would have meant he was at Real Madrid. Hold on a minute. No. I thought of Steve McManaman then, but then it's a little bit too... he left before the likes of Babel and Heskey joined. Dean Saunders. Unless, was Saunders at Liverpool when Michael Owen first... Hold on a minute. It's got to be Robbie Fowler, isn't it? Robbie Fowler, I got to go with Robbie Fowler because I'm sure he's played with all of them. No, it's not Robbie Fowler. Jeez. So Robbie Fowler, I'm sure has played. Robbie Fowler would have been Dean Saunders. He's played with. No, he didn't play with Cisse, did he? Cisse came in afterwards. Shit. He played with Southgate for England, Beckham with England, Babel Liverpool, Emil Heskey Liverpool. It can't be Michael Owen. Oh. What about Danny Murphy? I'm going to go with Danny Murphy. And if it's not Murphy, I'll have a clue. Nope. Right, what's the clue then, mate? Come on then, let's be having you. What's the clue? What's the clue, my friend? There's no Liverpool connection. Fuck off. How can there not be a Liverpool connection unless, hold on, let's go back up to it. Let's go through each of these players again then, right? So teammate Dean Saunders, Jibril Cisse. Who did Jibril Cisse play for another Premier League team? I'm sure he came back to the Premier League to play for somebody else, didn't he? So Marcus Babel also played for Blackburn and Emil. There's no Liverpool connection. Jeez. Marcus Babel at Blackburn. Did Cisse play for Blackburn at some point? Is it? Is it Kevin Nolan? So it's not Kevin Nolan. Fucking hell. Alright, give up. Go on. We don't have no time for anybody else's questions if we keep this up. Welsh Gamer. Better late than never, mate. Dwight York. Fucking hell, I bet it is and all, innit? Dwight York, shit. Oh, yeah. Dwight York played with Villa. He would have played with Saunders. That's a fucking awesome question. Fucked me right that did. And I never saw it to Dwight York. The Marcus Babel thing, because Marcus Babel played with Dwight York at Blackburn. Emilesky would have played with Dwight York. Who did Dwight York go to towards the end? Was it Birmingham he ended up going to? Fucking hell. Labs, brilliant. Not a lot to spare between you and not a lot to spare between you and Matthew at the moment. Unfortunately for everybody else, but we've still got some questions to come now. So who was next? I believe it was. So it was Birmingham at the end, yeah. So who's next? I can't remember who we said was going to be fourth. Whoever you are, I'm sure you remember. Unless I got to scroll up and work out who it's going to be. Oh no, I know who it was. It was Jason as our leader. Yep, go on, Jason as our leader. Let's do it. And then fifth is going to be Come on the Port, and then we'll get Ellis Williams' question in, and then we'll go for that. Play for Villa United, Blackburn, Birmingham, and Sunderland, which was the Cisse connection. Sunderland. I knew Cisse played for another Premier League team. I couldn't remember who. Right then. Right, I played with Steve Finnan. I started a Champions League final and won the Champions League on one occasion. I also played with Petr Cech, Thomas Rosicky, and Gareth Barry. Who am I? So I played with Steve Finnan. I could have been at Liverpool or Fulham. I've started a Champions League final, which could have been with Liverpool. But then if you played with Rosicky, it could have been with Arsenal. Played with Cech. It could have been at Chelsea at some point, and played with Gareth Barry. Could be Gareth Barry at freaking hell, Villa, Man City, West Brom, Everton. This is a good question, Jason. If it wasn't for Steve Finnan, I would have possibly gone with someone like Samir Nasri then. But Petr Cech came from Rennes, didn't he, to Chelsea. Rosicky came from Dortmund to Arsenal. Steve Finnan, I only really remember him with Fulham and Liverpool. I can't remember who he moved on to from Liverpool though. Oh, and Thomas Rosicky was Czech, wasn't he? And so was Petr Cech. Petr Cech and Rosicky were Czech. He played with Steve Finnan. So is there a Liverpool connection here? Started the Champions League final and won the Champions League. Czech players. say that was before Patrick Berger's time. There's only other one, but I can't link him to Gareth Barry unless Gareth Barry. I want to say Milan Barros now, but I can't link him to Gareth Barry, so I'm just going to say it anyway. Who we got down here? So Welsh Gamer thinks the same as me. Oh, Welsh Gamer got it right. So in that case, it was Milan Barros. Didn't even think of Smeacher either. I would have gone with Smeacher then. Bloody hell. Milan Barros. Well done. Good question, mate. So someone has had it right. Yeah. There we go. So who's next? I believe it's Come on the Port. And then we're going to get Ellis's question in. And the day is a special giveaway edition. I don't mind going a little bit over the hour mark, guys, for you. When I first started, this used to be 30 minutes. Whatever happened to that? Giving you far too much of my time, guys. But you guys are worth it. But remember, we got to get these subscribers up, so get everybody you know to subscribe. Everyone, absolutely everyone you know, to subscribe to this channel. And we'll be doing that shirt giveaway. Come on the port. Come on the port. We're waiting for you, mate. Just waiting for that question. And then it's going to be Ellis's question. And then it's time to say goodnight once I declare a winner of this programme. Come on. Alright, can you name the top 10 Premier League goal scorers from the last decade? So in 2010, alright, so we're talking the top scorers per year. So we got up till 31 of the 12th, 19. So Wayne Rooney, Robin van Persie, Harry Kane, Mohamed Salah, Cristiano Ronaldo. Who else could it be? Who have we got so far? So we're saying Aguero, that's one. Ronaldo's wrong. Jeez. Didn't know that. Is Vardy one of them then? So Aguero's right. So is Van Persie, is Rooney. So have we got them all yet? Rooney, Van Persie, Aguero, Kane, Salah. Have we got 10? So Kane's right. Drogba's a good shake, yeah. Aubameyang won't be just yet, no. It's a good question again, this is. Fair play. You guys are good, not Drogba. So is Salah right? So Ellis, get your question ready, mate. You're coming up very, very soon. So it's not Salah. So we're talking like the top 10 scorers across the whole period, or the top 10 scorers at the end of each season. So if we're going across that period, then is Van Persie in there? Or have you confirmed Van Persie already? So Vardy, Aguero. So Rooney's got to be. Rooney. So is Rooney and Van Persie right? There's a good shape Welsh game with Jermaine Defoe. So Van Persie and Rooney are right. Yeah, is Jermaine Defoe one of them as well? Hazard's a shape, mind. Not Defoe. Wow. Lampard. Can't see it being Lampard because I'd imagine. Well, actually, no. Lampard played for a while, didn't he? So could it be Lampard? Is it Lampard? Is Lampard one of them? Or Hazard? Hazard and Lampard are the next two. Not Lampard. Hazard. Hazard's right. So have we got them then? Have we got them all? How many have we got left then? Lukaku. That's a shape, mind you. There, Lukaku's got to be, hasn't he? Lukaku's got to be because he scored goals like fuck for Everton and West Brom as well as Man United. So Lukaku, got to be Lukaku. Lukaku's right. We've got three left. Ellis Williams is saying Olivier Giroud. Could it be Giroud? Giroud. Yeah, I'm thinking that, Richard. Yeah, Giroud is right. Yes, we've got two left. Two left. Two more. Two more. I want to say Luis Suarez. I just don't think he's been in the Premier League long enough. But he scored a lot of goals, so go on. Let's say Suarez. Not Suarez. We'll go Fernando Torres then. Go with Ellis Williams and say Fernando Torres. I'm thinking his Liverpool scoring was 2009, 2010. So 2010, it could be Torres. Not Torres, didn't that? Danny Welbeck. Now there's a shout. Danny Welbeck. Go on then. Let's go with Danny Welbeck. This will be really obvious. I bet it will be as well. It'd be like, well, I guess Berbatov. Berbatov maybe, you know. No, I don't think he would have scored enough. So it's not Welbeck. Edin Dzeko. There's a shout. Go on. Is Edin Dzeko one? And the other one I want to say. I was going to say Carlos Tevez. Not Dzeko. Sadio Mane then. You're going to say Sadio Mane. Mane is right. One more. So Raheem Sterling then. We go Raheem Sterling. Well, Gareth Bale's a shite at half, mind you. Sterling and then Bale. If it's not Sterling, then Bale. I think Sterling will have more. You got all 10. There we go. Big time. Oh, go on, Ellis. See us out with your question, mate. Thank you, Matthew. Another quid for Matthew Marsden. He's a good guy. What is the aggregate score between Newport and Cambridge in the last 6 meetings, last 2 seasons, all competitions? Fuck me, mate. Jesus wept. All right. So the last 2 seasons, all comps. So the last game we played against them, we drew 0-0. At home, last season, away last season we won 1-0, so that's 1-0 less. We beat them 3-0 at home in the FA Cup. We beat them 4-2 at home. So 1-0, 5-2, 8-2, 12-3. We beat them 4-1 in. Yeah, so is it 12-3? 12-3. 12-3. It's not 12-3. Fucking hell. Where have they got their goals from? Oh no, it was 2-1, wasn't it? So it's 13-4. 13-4. So the one of them was 2-1, not 1-0. 13-4. Higher. So the last 6 meetings. So it was 0-0 the last time we played them. We won 2-1 at their place in the league. Oh, but what did we do in the league last season? Didn't we draw 1-1 with them last season in the league? The last 2 seasons. So is that including this one? Is that including this season? Nah, go on, Ellis. Put us out of our misery, mate. Put us out of it. And I'm going to declare a winner. So Welsh Gamer got it 17-4. Welsh Gamer's got a couple of questions right, but here we go. Well done, Welsh Gamer. It was a question of maths, really, wasn't it? More than anything. And it's time for me to declare a winner. And to be honest, guys, there's only 2 people who it can be between, and that's Matthew and Labs. And for me, there's absolutely nothing between them. So, there's nothing between them, is there? It's Matthew Marsden or Labs. And just you know, out of fairness, I'm not factoring in the fact that Matthew has donated money tonight. I cannot do that because that wouldn't be fair. Because if Labs can't donate money, then I'm gonna. Okay. If you can't decide a winner, Taff, do a deciding question. That's a good idea. So should I do a piece of trivia? Yeah, so should I do a bit of trivia? A bit of trivia. We'll go for a bit of trivia, we will. We've got one more piece of trivia. Right then, okay. Right. No, I'm asking you a question. Whoever gets it right first, between just you two, so everyone else, this is just between Labs and Matthew Marsden. So, okay, so Real Madrid broke the world record transfer fee by buying Zinedine Zidane for 55 million from Juventus. Can't remember exactly what year that was in. I think that was probably around the early noughties, right at the very early noughties. Right, so Zinedine Zidane was bought by Real Madrid for 55 million from Juventus. But from which club did Juventus get him from in the first place? Which club did Juventus sign Zinedine Zidane from before he eventually ended up making the world record transfer to Real Madrid? Which club did Zinedine Zidane play for before Juventus? So guys, this is just between Labs and Matthew. Labs has come in with 2 answers before Matthew. The first one was wrong, the second one was correct. It's Bordeaux. So there we go. It was Bordeaux. It obviously had to have been a French side, more or less. But Bordeaux, it was Bordeaux. But guys, we did say this was between Matthew and Labs. Bordeaux got him from Cannes, correct, Richard? Yes. Just guess random side, so Lucky, yeah. I'm quite surprised Matthew didn't fire in any answers. Yeah, it was Bordeaux, Matthew, but unfortunately, Labs got it a fair bit before you. But because it was a stalemate, Matthew, obviously, you got your hat to come once it arrives. I'm still waiting for it. But Matthew, what we'll do, mate, we'll sort something out for you. We'll sort a discretionary prize out for you because I feel bad that you're going to walk away empty-handed tonight because you deserve something. But obviously, Labs got there first with Bordeaux. So, Labs, this is yours, my friend. We will sort this out for you at the next home game. When Luke gives you your poster, your Flinny one. And Matthew, I know you've reached out to us through Twitter on the Amber Army. We will sort you out with something. Okay? So, good on you for being a good sport as well, mate. That was a really, really tough one. I didn't want to choose. I'm glad I did something to make you choose, to make you go between each other. I'm glad I managed to separate you somehow. But I feel really bad that you didn't get the program. But hey, you know, you've been a great sport. You've given us money, which is amazing. And any donations, great. Jason's our leader. I should have won. Really. You got a couple of questions right, but the thing is, Labs and Matthew, the thing that clinched it for you two was the points and questions you were asking towards the beginning. I got the Yaya Toure question. That's a very, very good point. You got the Yaya Toure question, which was a tough one. But what can I say, mate? You know, them two edged it tonight, and Labs was one that edged it between the two of them. But guys, you've made it a great stream tonight. That's why it was worth extending by nearly 17 minutes. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to go and watch some shit on TV now. So thanks for watching. Cheerio for now. We'll see you next week. As always, up the county. Good night, everybody, and thank you again.